rise and shine. It's a brand new day with Mo and News. It's time to have your say. She's got the scoop, the stories, all the latest trends. Mo's got the news, let's hear it. My dear friends, from politics to showbiz, no story's too small. Mo covers it all. She's got the inside call, her voice so smooth, like honey in the summer sun. With Mo on the mic, you know the news is always fun. Mornings with Mo, the best newsy news in the world. With her style so classic and her stories unfurled, from morning till night, she's got us in the know. Turn on your radio, let Mo's newsy news flow.
Hello, guys. It is Mo, and I'm here on the 22nd of May. So we are almost done with May. It is surreal to me. I was pretty sure that, like summer is far, far away, but it's not. It's right here. And yet again, Amazon did not deliver my beach body. I feel that they have neglected their end of my Prime membership by sending me abs. Anyhoozle. Wolfram, welcome. Sophia Starlin, great to see you. Derek and Squid Pro Quo, welcome. Captain Kern, and let's see, good U.S. citizen, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I found this story, and it is interesting in the news that sometimes you find a story that really speaks to your heart or encourages you or just touches your heart in a very genuine way and isn't about something that's going to, you know, do craziness. Also, please, if you can, I know things are not easy out there, but if you can, uh, please share the Give, Send, Go. Please, even comments. I think you can put like prayers there. If you can't, help with money, it's always good when, you know, even if you can't help monetarily, if it does make you feel better when you know you have so many supporters, so many people that wish you well. It makes those dark times a little nicer. Welcome, Flash fan. And I wanted to give kudos to this gentleman, this young man who went through something so incredibly tragic. Let me see if I can pin this. I know I can. Ta-da. All right, y'all, I have pinned Captain Kern's family's Give, Send, Go. Even if you can just do kind words, that is so great. And a really, kind of not shiny, not flashy, but a real genuine support, I think, are kind words and thoughts. I never take them as, someone's ignoring me or something like that, or we're just, thoughts and prayers, but they really do help. And the story today, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play the clip because it is from a local news station and they tend to get really copyright happy. But this Texas high school valedictorian, what his speech was so raw, so human, and so uplifting that I just wanted to give him some attention. Uh, just hours after his father's funeral, I'm going to do it for him. So, I will tell y'all, I will try to link the clip in my story or my description. Have some Kleenexes ready. Okay. I'm not saying some smoke got in my eye, but I was a little verklempt when I read or when I listened to it. A Texas school valedictorian gave a powerful emotional speech dedicated to his father just hours after attending his funeral. Alam Hazik, 18, was still wearing the muddy shoes he wore to bury his father. Millerim revealed the tragedy when he stood at the podium for his speech to his fellow graduates of Early College High School on May 16th. Quote, I have one more thing to say. I want to see if I can get through this. Hasek said before delivering the gut-wrenching news. My father died yesterday, May 15th, 2004. I attended his funeral today, right before I came to graduation. That's why my shoes are muddy. That's why my arms are shaking, because I had to carry him into his grave and bury him. Like, y'all, it's just, you are all the verklempt, okay? Have all of the tissues with you. This young man is so incredibly brave and raw, and it's so inspiring. He said in a video posted to Facebook, Hadzik's revelation, which came after encouraging his classmates, shocked the entire audience as cries and empathy filled the room. Miralem Hasdik had been diagnosed with cancer only 5 months before the ceremony, and his son only shared the news of his death to a few of his closest friends. Quote, Hasdik chose to keep this a secret from his peers, not wanting anyone to treat him differently because of it. The Carlton Farmers Branch Independent School District said, Early College High School is located 15 miles north of Dallas. The graduate will be attending the University of Texas at Austin to study chemical engineering in the fall. And he says he went ahead with the speech because his father was the reason he ended up top of his class. Quote, I can't stand up here and pretend I want to be doing this speech right now, but I can't throw something away that he worked so hard to achieve, Hasdik said. That's why I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to spend every hour of every day working as hard as I can to achieve all my goals, because that's what he wanted, and I'm going to do it for him. Welcome, Shizzy Raiders. And our first story, I will try to link the video because local news stations tend to be really, really copyright happy. But this young man had gone to the funeral of his father right before giving his valedictorian speech. I will tell you, have all of the tissues ready because you will become clumped. I mean, I'm a little, foggy here, but it's a wonderful story. He stood up there to honor the legacy his father gave him. During his powerful, uplifting speech, Hasdik was surprised to see how many people were moved by his father's death. Quote, I got up there, I said my speech, I looked in the audience, and I didn't expect to see so many people crying, Hasdik told Fox 4. Following the ceremony, Hasdik was met by many people, mostly strangers, who gave him support on his extremely emotional day. Quote, I didn't know any of them, but they came up to me. They made me feel better. They wanted to take pictures with me. They told me how strong I was. And oh my goodness, when you look like you're being strong, but you're broken on the inside, that is loneliest you'll ever feel. So it's amazing that he did this. They wanted to take pictures with me. It made me feel so good on such a dark day. It's really what I needed. And that's what I'm talking about. The people who hold candles when your light or when your world has turned dark, those people are truly angels. And you don't even really know them. They're just supporting you. I mean, they didn't know him, but all these people on his darkest day are holding these candles for this young man. And my heart just breaks for him. Let's see. Hasdik said he made last-minute changes to his prepared remarks because his life dramatically changed since he initially wrote it. Quote, I was scared because I really didn't know. I went to my dad's funeral right before, Hasdik told the outlet. I couldn't just talk about what I wrote because so much more happened since then. And so when I got on stage, I started reading the script. And when I got to the part about my dad, I just couldn't read off a script anymore. I had to talk about my experience. I had to talk from the heart. A relative of one of Miralem's co-workers started a GoFundMe following his diagnosis. So the father was diagnosed with very late stage pancreatic cancer. So I will link the video. Again, have all the toilet paper or tissues with you because just very powerful. But these are the everyday heroes. There's my favorite quote of any movie and my favorite movie, so you all must watch it. When I get a Discord going, I will figure out how to do movies. But my favorite movie is Angus. Early 90s, totally awesome, had that weird looking redheaded kid that was in every movie in the 90s for, like, all the high school. But it's this line, and a grandfather is talking to his grandson who doesn't feel like he belongs, doesn't feel anything, bullied in school, overweight, maybe not the most coordinated, can't really dance, that kind of thing. And this one is one of the most powerful things I think I've ever heard, at least for me. So I'm just going on a tangent now. Uh, but the grandfather tells his son or his grandson, Superman isn't brave. And the grandson is kind of looking at him like, this goes in any sequence of a conversation that we were having. And the grandfather responds back and he says, he's a good guy, great looking, but he's not brave. And the kid's like, okay, I don't know where we're going with this. And he said, Superman isn't brave because he can't be destroyed. He goes out knowing he's going to win. It's the people that get up every day after life has kicked them right in the left either boob or ball. The people that know that they can be crushed, who get up every day and still go out. Those are the brave people. And for some reason, that's always stuck with me, and I felt like sharing that with you, but we will definitely be watching Angus. Uh, Quick warning, Mo will cry. I don't know what's up with my hormones, but holy crapola, I've had more feelings in the last year. In other news, that is good. In other news, if you are in California and you are looking for the most expensive pineapple for reasons that escape me, uh, this article will tell us all how to do it. California's $395 pineapple highlights a spike in luxury fruit markets. I had no idea there was a luxury fruit market. We do great value. A limited edition pineapple priced at $395, a cost most would find exorbitant, is being sold in a Southern California produce store as the bustling specialty fruit market expands. While the average family might not be able to spring for the costly fruit, the expensive pineapple is a visible reminder of the demand among wealthy customers for luxurious produce. I didn't know we had a luxurious produce. Do these like tell you the weather? Do they give you an ab? I am all the confused. All the confused. I wonder if I could play that. I'm not going to play a link to a movie. It could be from the early 90s, but holy God, would they get me like Sony and TriStar would like to claim their copyright and be like, I don't even think TriStar still exists. Anywho, let's see. The Ruby Glow pineapple is a rarity with only a few thousand being produced each year, the local news station KTLA reported. The fruit is being made available at Melissa's Produce, a specialty produce shop in Vernon, California. The rare fruit is known for its ruby color, similar to the precious gemstone, and a sweet yellow interior. Okay, so it's still a damn pineapple. I am all the confused. It was created in Costa Rica after 16 years of research, according to a food wholesaler, Del Monte Foods. Quote, as the leaders of pineapple innovation, we are excited to debut our latest creation, the Ruby Glow pineapple, Del Monte announced on its website. Named for the ruby and its rich red color, the scarce supply in association with luxury, this exceptional fruit offers a special experience to those who appreciate uniqueness. Well, sir, I do like that you fluffed your rich clients all the way. Like, if you have a defined palate, and if you enjoy luxurious, experiences, and you are willing to part with your money to pay damn near $400 to buy a pineapple, I have a bridge to sell you. Have you thought about donations to my local for-profit charity? It's called Mo's House. I just want a freezer, refrigerator like Nancy Pelosi and $18 ice cream. I mean, what in the actual this is the most, smarmy stuff, and I can't believe people fall for it. The pineapple was previously only available in China, but Del Monte decided to introduce the luxury fruit to North America for the first time. The Ruby Glow pineapple is the latest high-end fruit to make a splash in the US. Oishi strawberries, widely known as the world's most expensive strawberries, have gone viral across social media for their sweeter taste. A pack of 6 strawberries can cost you more than $10. Yeah, you know what? I mean, y'all can have your luxury thing. I'm still gonna make banana bread and pineapple upside down cake, so I'll stick with the good old Aldi pineapple. My hill chuck ancestors would my grandmother who saved foil, I swear to God, from the Great Depression, would roll in her she would try to biff me on the back of the head from heaven if I spent $400 on pineapples. I'm sure she has been just horrified on the amount that I spend on Sailor Moon. So, I'm gonna at least keep my produce in the generic section. Other pricey produce, such as Somo citrus, has captured the hearts and stomach across the US, though many have publicly aired grievances about the rising cost of certain common grocery items. Luxury fruits continue to entice some American shoppers. Consumers are willing to pay for something that's special. Cindy Van Resdrick, a global strategist for fruit, vegetable, and floriculture sectors with Rano Bake. Who the hell knew there were so many people involved in fruit and veggies? If y'all could just make a pill with all the green stuff I'm supposed to eat so I don't have to eat it, greatly appreciated, more than a $400 pineapple, thank you. Or make kale taste like bacon. Do either one of those, I'm willing to pay more for some produce. Oh, thank you, Roxy. I will at the end, I will kinda tell you what went on, but, let's just say 3 hours of my life would be better spent playing with Dingus. Unfortunately, Wilfred will have to be his Christian name, uh, but Dingus is a name that everyone can say. My sons have a little bit of a speech impediment, and I forgot about Wilfred being hard for them to say. So apparently, there has always been a small market for higher end restaurants or foodies or certain online channels. So there you go. If you would like to buy a $500 pineapple, um, well, Godspeed, because I don't. I have nothing nice to say. I'm like, I don't understand that, but people don't understand my Sailor Moon stuff. So to each their own. As long Oh, okay, I'll tell you guys now. So let me get Alrighty. So I've been referred to a holistic, 3-part pain management system. So they don't really work on the, giving you medicines kind of thing, but on the other stuff. So I get there, and let me say, I got married so I'd never have to drive in downtown and on the freeway. But apparently, Mr. Mo had other stuff to do. So I had to drive myself, and it was a 3-hour, appointment. I wasn't gonna make him drop me off and go there. So I first met with a psychiatrist, and she had one of those screaming bowls. Now I told her that I would pull a Roadrunner if she if she, pulled that out. I was okay with some of her thoughts, but at the end of the day, after I talked to everyone, the prognosis was they wanted me to do an intensive 3-week, every day, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, uh, mental health therapy, what the PT wasn't covered under my network, so that was great, so I'd have to, pay out of pocket for the PT that pushed me into a massive flare last night, which I understand. She needs to get my range of motion. What I don't understand is why are you selling books that say you have learned to unfeel your pain or, mentally you have basically it's all in your head, which is what what I've known forever since I was diagnosed. Yes, my nerves are not telling my body the right thing. And if you can, write a book, if you can unthink chronic pain, then why the hell are you paying or why are you writing a book for $20? Because if you figured out how to, mental yourself out of chronic pain, then I'd expect that you would be selling seminars everywhere that, big pharma would, want you to kind of go the way of the Boeing, whistleblowers. So, spare me telling me to read some books about how to outthink pain, unless you're gonna do a PET scan of my brain with contrast, and you can tell me at which point which part of the brain I'm supposed to stop using, uh, to stop feeling pain. I don't wanna participate in 8 hours a day of my feelings, the bad touch doll where the, screaming bull hurt me in the auditory area, art therapy, uh, group sessions, and I did ask, I was like, "Okay, so the only reason I would go to group sessions, do I get to stand up and say, 'Hi, my name is Mo, and my nerves have turned against me?'" I I was just so thoroughly in pain and done with this, by the end of it. One the only really good thing that came out of it was they do sell a compound topical cream that has been shown to work somewhat, pretty much. But basically, it's like your brain isn't working right, and I was like, "I know that. I've known that for 2 years. I I don't need you to tell me yet again that my nerves are crackpots." I was hoping you would have an idea that wasn't finger painting. I was so pissed off. I was I was okay and I was respectful and kind, but I am glad that no one recorded the absolute sailor times 33 F word laden screed that I just went on as I was driving to my house, white knuckling it because the movements they wanted me to try, which I get, and I was prepared for the pain to be pretty bad, but this was really bad. So, like, the pain where you're counting, you're like, "Okay, it's just 2 more 5 minutes. Okay, we got it." So, it just I'll listen to their suggestions, but I'm not I'm I was in so much pain last night, it wasn't funny. And thank you, Fraud at Wrangler. It was on my agenda to be, um at the live stream last night, but I needed to bow out. Roxy McClellan, you were gifted a membership. Kelly Brown, Mary Fawcett, Mads, and Rosamond Ranch. And thank you, Fraudit Wrangler. Um, I'm not sure that I'll be going with this therapy, but I did learn of a couple more places that do the ketamine infusions closer to my house. Um, I am beyond blessed that we can save up for these treatments because they are not um, covered by my insurance. But I am really lucky that we can save up for them, and I'm going to make an appointment to get that possibly going. But thank you guys for wondering. It was a try, and it was a swing and a fail. But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I would always have wondered if this would have worked if I had not tried it. But now that I have, I'm like, you know what? I'm okay. This doesn't work. Thank you for telling me my mind is hurting. In people that make my mind hurt, and let's get it up here because we're going to need it, but it is the one-way ticket to Snake Island. Sir, pack your bags. You're going to Snake Island, not Disney World. A former Red Sox pitcher was arrested in Florida as part of an underage grossness sting. Former Boston Red Sox pitcher Austin Maddox was arrested in Florida as part of a internet grossness scheme. Lord Chippy awaits. Maddox was one of 27 people arrested as a part of a multi-agency operation last month, Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters said. They're accused of trying to be gross with young people on the internet. So it's kind of like the Chris Hansen. Hi, my name is Chris Hansen. Why don't you take a seat? Y'all, I love those shows just because I need to make a bingo card, but there is always some jerk that went to like Subway. I don't know if Subway should maybe really talk to people because it's not like they haven't had really compromised spokespeople, but maybe that's why they all go to Subway. And one dude always shows up naked, just naked. I love it. I can't. Let's see here. Uh, so this dude who I don't know what's going on with this beard, but I can tell you he probably spends a hell of a lot of time in the mirror looking at it. Looks like he didn't go down nicely, but I'm okay with it. If you were trying to be gross with underage people, because also ladies, forearms. Just saying, we got some forearm action just for y'all. Mo, how much all all them all of it. I don't know. It's just why? James Hill, a defense attorney for Maddox, says he intends to fight allegations against him and will enter a plea of not guilty should formal charges be filed. Sir, the internet never forgets. You have now uh, possibly, I believe 4chan or 8chan or the people that understand the internet have already found out where you lived, like your last grocery visit to Walmart, and they can comfortably tell you how many respirations you're having this minute. Uh, don't if you have grossness in your closet, it will be found out. Maddox, 33, began communicating with an undercover agent pretending to be an underage girl on April 28th, an arrest report said. He expressed his intent to abuse this girl even after she told him she was 14, officials said. Maddox agreed to meet the girl in a pre-arranged location where he was arrested by law enforcement officers. He was charged with 4 felony counts, including traveling to meet after using a computer to solicit a child. He is being held in jail on a $300,000 bond. Oh no, it gets better, y'all. Look at this. El douche faso is like, help me. This is why we need cops back. I need to see some people, some very bad people get all the tackled. Maddox played college ball for the University of Florida and was drafted to the Boston Red Sox in 2012. Let's see. He made his major league debut with the team in 2017 after several years in the minors. He spent about 3 months on the Red Sox roster before heading back down to the minors to recover from shoulder injuries, and he was released from the team in 2019. All right. So next one. Well, I mean, it seems like you wouldn't have. This is so, y'all. I'm glad criminals are pretty dumb because they get themselves caught. The scary things are the people that can hide their stuff. Like, if you want to hear a really crazy story, Israel Keys. That man was scary. Let's see. I unalived her myself. A woman posted a Snapchat video bragging about smothering her stepmom. She had unalived stepmom on her to-do list, which I bet she put on her phone. Look, you either need to get a hammer or some bleach bit, ma'am, but I'm kind of okay with you. Yeah. Greedy bloke, you win the internet. I am not going to read this, but I will be packaging it up and sending it to you. Congratulations, best comment of the day. Uh, I wouldn't open anything that says dark web, but you do you. I don't tell y'all what to do. A 35-year-old woman in Iowa will spend the remainder of her days in prison for unaliving her stepmother, suffocating the 58-year-old woman with a pillow, then posting a video on Snapchat to proudly confess the crime. A jury in Benton County on Monday found Samantha Bevins guilty of first-degree murder in the 2022 slaying of Jody Bevins, records reviewed by Law and Crime Show. Under Iowa state law, non-juvenile defendants convicted of first-degree murder must serve a mandatory life sentence without the possibility of parole. In their first day of deliberation since closing arguments, jurors unanimously found Samantha Bevins guilty, despite her contentions that her boyfriend, Tekoa Talley, was the one who smothered Judy Bevins inside the victim's home on June 14th, 2022. Talley last year was also found guilty of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison. Additionally, he was ordered to pay restitution of $150,000. That is a lot of license plates or Levi's jeans. If I could still wear some jeans, I loved Levi's, but they were pricey, and I'm a cheapo. The most damaging piece of evidence presented to the jury was a video filmed by Samantha Bevins and posted to her Snapchat account, in which she triumphantly declared she was the one to unalive her stepmother. A copy of the video was obtained and posted by Waterloo, Iowa NBC affiliate KWWL. The brief video was filmed by Samantha Bevins and features her in the forefront with Talley standing a few steps behind her. It was posted to her Snapchat account at 9:14 a.m. on July 16th, 2022. Quote, I killed her. I killed her myself, end quote. Samantha Bevins says in a matter-of-fact tone. And I knew this was going to happen, so good job, Talley responds. We killed her, Samantha Bevins added. Yeah, we did, Talley says. Oh, I have no doubt. I am partially okay with the fact that I am now consigned to fairly loose skirts because of my leg. Because look, COVID wasn't. I got the 19 and then getting hurt. I may be retaining a couple Oreos and Mike and Ike's, working on it, but jeans are not forgiving, especially if you put them in the dryer. You're like, I give me the coat hanger, especially with these skinny mom top jeans. I am glad to be out of all that shenanigans. Y'all can have jeans. I will stick with my skirt. uh So, and YouTube, I didn't say any of these unalivings. These are quotes. Do not come at me. Samantha Bevins then appears happy as she looks directly into the camera, gives a wide smile with an open mouth before holding up her middle finger to the camera. Prosecutors reportedly said that Samantha Bevins planned to unalive Jody Bevins as payback for kicking her out of the house. According to a report from the Gazette, Samantha Bevins took the stand in her own defense last week and told jurors she was mad at Talley, whom she claimed was the real unaliver, and that she only made the video in an attempt to get some kind of reaction from him. Sure, Jan. Sure. Pretty much. The particular brand of suit or of skirt I buy is, no joke, from a modest athleisure wear store is called Mod Sportwear, and it's just they have like shorts under them already. I buy a couple sizes bigger, so it's very loose, but I think they're really good quality. So if you need a modesty workout thing or just skirts that are pretty cute, have pockets, and are made of the same material as like a windbreaker. It's kind of lycra-y, but flowing. I love them. I usually buy a couple every time they have a clearance sale, and they're very good quality. But enough about oh, well, the other problem is that Dingus likes to try to climb up my skirt, and since they're loose, we almost had a pants are prison flux stream. Let's see. Samantha Bevins further testified that she and Tally initially went to her stepmother's home to rob her safe, believing there was cash inside, but Tally attacked Jody Bevins and began giving her a firm neck hug in the bed. Also, YouTube. Look, I don't like having to use these language creoles, these, other words instead of um the real words. I mean, you would let CNN, you would let NBC, you would even let Al Jazeera, say the real words and not ding them. But because I'm independent, you're like, she said a naughty. Uh, so this woman is ridiculous. I'm glad that she filmed her crime. I'm very sad that she didn't rethink her entire stuff. Thank you, Fred. It's more that they're the only thing that don't hurt. I had to get rid of all my leggings. I wanted to give them a Viking funeral, send them into the little lake next to my house, fire an arrow or a flamethrower, as they go forth sadly, I can't wear them anymore. But apparently that is considered, well, fire and contaminating the pond. So I just gave them. I need to start I think I will have to work with Captain Kern. I need to start a coloring book of all my Moisms. The problem is half the time I don't remember what I said when you're like, I'm guessing synthetic, maybe memory foam. Let's see. And of course, she penned a to-do list. Now, looking at her, I don't see type A to function, but I am too type A to function, so I would probably write notes, which is why I don't commit crimes, also because I have a soul. This woman needs to work on hers. Ma'am, I'm glad Jesus loves you because everyone else thinks you're, well, a giant pimple on the butt of humanity right now. So redeem yourself. In a flashback to the first week of 2024, when we realized that 2024 was going to be a sparkling diamond of insanity. Uh, this is a callback to that story because, oh my gosh, the California mini bikers who apparently attacked 90210 star Ian Ziering some of them are now in custody. I just never thought they were gonna find them because I never I never thought that anyone was going to admit to being in a mini motorbike, coven, clan, I don't know. But these people are so weird. But, again, this is when we remembered that 2024 was going to be just out of sight in far as absurdity and craziness to laugh at. Two suspected members of a notorious mini bike quote unquote gang who allegedly attacked actor Ian Ziering were arrested Tuesday in connection to the viral New Year's Eve traffic brawl. Jacob Esteban Hernandez, 20, and Angie Tierra Guzar, 40, were taken into custody and hit with felony vandalism and assault with a deadly weapon charges, respectively, according to the Los Angeles Police Department. Let's see here. The Beverly Hills 90210 alum and sir, I really think that we should praise Ian Ziering for his just beautiful contribution to absurdity with Sharknado 1 through 74. So, sir, you are never the 90210 guy to me, you are the Sharknado man. He did clash with a group of bikers known as the 605 Mini Bike Gang on Hollywood Boulevard, December 31st, 2023. The shocking video footage showed Ziering arguing with a biker just moments before other bikers pulled up to attack Ian Ziering as his 12-year-old daughter sat helplessly in the car. The Sharknado star was surrounded by at least four bikers who seemingly stopped ahead of his vehicle in traffic. So they all worked together because I have no idea. Footage showed Ian Ziering throwing the first punch, if you will, in a brawl before he ran from the pursuing group, again, leaving your 12-year-old daughter. Sir, whatever these mini bikers did, was it really worth it to stop your car and go and confront them? Look, I understand people that really like their cars. They like things to look nice. They don't like scratches. But as a parent, I would gladly pay for a scratch rather than possibly losing my life over a car scratch because you never know what people are packing these days. Uh, the riders vandalized Ian Ziering's car while his daughter was inside, the LAPD said. He was later seen consoling his crying daughter, Maya. As a result, Ian Ziering's $100,000 GLE SUV. How is a car $100,000? Look, I am not a carologist, but does this car perform like wifely duties, if y'all catch my drift? Does it change the weather? Does it give you abs? Because what in the actual Schnell are you paying $100,000 for? I need Ian Ziering. I need you to come to the front of the classroom. I need you to explain because I am all the confused. In a lengthy statement after the attack, Ziering revealed both he and his daughter were left unharmed. Quote, while stuck in traffic, my car was approached aggressively by one of these riders, leading to an unsettling confrontation. In an attempt to assess any damage, I exited my car. This action unfortunately escalated into physical altercation, which I navigated to protect myself. Use those Sharknado muscles, sir. And Tara Reid, look, ma'am, I know there is a thing as naturally skinny, but just I hope you're healthy because in the last, I think, Sharknado 74, Back to the Future Prime, you looked a little, you just didn't look your best, but I hope you are feeling better. Or that's just natural. I am so sorry, Squid Pro Quo. Those are terrible, awful days when you have a migraine. I hope the rest helps and you can just have peace and comfort in not having that anymore. So, yeah, it was just this is how we knew that 2024 was gonna be lit. I am relieved to report that my daughter and I are both completely unscathed, but the incident has left me deeply concerned about the growing boldness of such groups who disrespect public safety and peace. He concluded the situation highlights a larger issue of hooliganism. Oh my God, hooliganism. It, it oh, oh, it's no, it's fine. The thing is, look, there were people what I learned most from losing my husband at a young age, my first husband, is looking back at it, you can forgive your past self for maybe not handling things well, but you also look and see how many people, when you were in a dark place, were holding candles around you to light your way, before until you see dawn, because it's always darkest before dawn. But there are always people. They might not be related to you. They might be just someone who smiles at you across the street. But there are people that are waiting to light candles, holding candles. If you're going through something dark right now, if you feel really dark, look at the people around you that have candles held. You know, don't keep your mind on people who don't understand what you're doing. Don't focus on that. Focus on the people. It might be one person, it might be chat, it might be, you know, just someone that compliments you on a day when you're really, really struggling. Look at those, like, little candles when you're in your darkest place, and it's not gonna stay dark forever. It's not. I promise if you're struggling, please call the hotline. Don't make a permanent, you know, solution for an opportunity, a darkness that's gonna change, and that makes sense, but I still think it should, like, talk to you like Kit if you're gonna pay $100,000. I'm just saying, I want the Kit voice, I want the full, you know, snarky, you know, British guy. I just if I'm gonna pay $100,000, this is why I'll never spend $100,000, and this is why God doesn't give me oodles of money because he knows I would spend it on ridiculous stuff. So there you go. Ian Ziering against hooliganism, president in Sharknado Land 2024. In I guess, I don't know, maybe we are looking at is the San Andreas gonna go? Are we going to make a rock film lively? It does look like the fault system is getting a little bit more active. True. But I feel kinda bad for Ian Ziering because 'cause you're right next to, um, you know, oh gosh, Jason Priestley and the other guy, and you're kinda like the 3rd friend. So, God bless you, Sharknado man. He's probably like, "Stop, I was working in real films once." Another earthquake swarm has been rumbling across the California-Mexico border. More than 2 dozen quakes greater than a magnitude 2.5 have occurred since just after midnight Saturday, with epicenters about 170 miles southeast of downtown Los Angeles and 100 miles northeast of San Diego, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. They occurred largely along farmland between two towns, Brawley and Imperial in Imperial County. The largest quake was a magnitude 3.9 that struck at 4:05 p.m. Saturday, bringing light shaking to Imperial Valley as well as south of the border. Oh my goodness, English, rattling Mexicali. So maybe the fault is these might actually be reducing tension in the fault. I am not a geologist or doctorologist, but I've watched enough, like, look, I got my education from YouTube videos, and I've just made me an expert in geology. No, I'm just kidding. But what people have said is that this is, you know, kind of releasing tension along the fault. So hopefully we are not looking at the big one, because there are some cool people in California, and I'd like to keep it there. A larger quake at a magnitude of 4.1 occurred on Monday at 5:17 a.m., about 28 miles northwest of the swarm that began Saturday. The epicenter of that quake was in a remote desert area east of Azaborregio Desert State Park, and they felt weak shaking felt as far away as San Diego, parts of Orange County, uh, and Coachella Valley, El Centro, and Holtville. So there you go. Um, let's see if it says Let's see. Earthquake swarms are common in the Imperial Valley. Swarms have happened many times in this part of California without being followed by a major damaging earthquake. Nonetheless, scientists typically pays close attention to that area where there are many faults. There have been movements of greater concern in recent years. In 2016, an earthquake swarm topped out with a magnitude 4.3 quake in a different part of the region directly beneath the Salton Sea, just south of where the mighty San Andreas Fault ends. Scientists issued a rare warning advising of an elevated risk for the big San Andreas Fault earthquake. That series of earthquakes was concerning because the 2016 swarm was so close to the known San Andreas Fault, which has been building up a lot of stress for the last 300 years, said Clara Yoon, a seismologist with a USGS in the Pasadena office. But this past weekend's earthquake swarm occurred farther south away from the San Andreas. The southern San Andreas Fault, which stretches from the Salton Sea. Well, dang it, just tell me if we're gonna get a giant earthquake. This is why people don't read articles, because you never tell us if it's going to be a giant earthquake. So there you go. Looks like things are happening in California. I am not scientological enough to tell you. I would tell you to look it up for yourself if you are interested in, geology, because I only know what they told me in this and what I watched on, all of YouTube's free seminars and things that have, good animation. Oh, in other news, and kind of a throwback too, police searched the home of Rex Heuermann, accused in Gilgo Beach slaying for the second time. I do wonder what they are looking for. And I have a feeling, and this is just my personal feeling, that he is going to be found to have started early in his unalivings and hunting behavior. And you're going to find people in his life who have maybe disappeared. Uh, and I think that we are going to find that he was operating for a lot longer and had many more victims. But I mean, that's as far as I go in the psychological thing, because again, I am but a humble newsreader and I don't know all the answers. New York authorities carried out a second search of the house Rex Heuermann, the man charged with the slayings of the Gilgo Four, for women whose bodies were found on the Gilgo Beach. Tanya Lopez, a spokesperson for the Suffolk County District Attorney Raymond Tierney, confirmed to USA Today on Tuesday. So I wonder if there are more maybe smaller forensics or they're looking for trophies. I just have a feeling with his proclivities and everything that they are going to find a lot more victims, unfortunately. Robert Mendocino, an attorney for Heuermann's estranged wife, Elsa Arup, also confirmed the search on Heuermann's residence in Massapequa Park on the southern shore of Long Island. We have not received a copy of the warrant, he said, so I don't know the basis or probable cause to go back. Local news video also captured New York State Police troopers at Heuermann's home. Lopez declined to comment further on the search. Quote, "The work of the Gilgo Beach Homicide Task Force is continuing," she wrote in an email. "We do not comment on investigative steps while this is ongoing." New York State Police declined to comment and referred USA Today to the district attorney's office. Heuermann is accused of the four women whose bodies were all recovered on the same strip of Gilgo Beach: Megan Waterman, 22, Melissa Bartholomew, 24, Amber Costello, 27, and Maureen Brainerd Barnes, 25. Authorities filed the latest charges in Brainerd Barnes' death in January. Heuermann was charged with the other three slayings last July after police arrested him in his Manhattan office. He has pled not guilty to all the charges. The first search of Heuermann's property shortly after he was detained turned up more than 200 force multipliers in a basement vault. Police poured over the area between his house and nearby storage containers and dug through his yard with shovels and a yellow excavator. The arrest came after more than a decade of time had elapsed before the four women's bodies were or from when 4 women's bodies were found wrapped in burlap and dumped on the strip of seashore at 2010. The women had all chosen to work as people who pay for smexy times, if you get my drift. All went missing between July 2007 and September 2010, beginning with Brainerd Barnes, who vanished after she traveled to Manhattan from her home in Connecticut for meeting someone. This kind of just goes on to explain the investigation, and I do believe that I have a really good video, if I toot my own horn, about the probable cause uh, document that was issued. It was very good. It's in a video somewhere. I'll have to link it. But uh, the probable cause for Rex Heuermann is very easy to understand and get what the gist of what they used. If you compare that to the Richard Allen probable cause affidavit, it is night and day. But we need a happy story to end on, and I have just the one for everyone. A Vermont cat earns an honorary doctorate in literature. I am so proud of Mr. Max Dow. He's so cute. I always try to end on at least a funny story or a good story or a cat story. Uh, a cat frequenting the Vermont State University Castleton campus was awarded a very special honorary degree at the school's first as the school's first Doctor of Literature. The school said on social media that the cat, named Max, lives with his owners on Seminary Street and has been an affectionate member of the Castleton family for years. The feline can also often be found socializing with friends outside Leavenworth, the Post said. With a resounding purr of approval from the faculty, the Board of Trustees of the Vermont State Catledge has bestowed upon Max Dow the prestigious title of Doctor of Literature, complete with all catnip perks, scratching post privileges, and litter box responsibilities that come with that, the school said. I love this. I mean, I love that you guys come every day to, share news that I would already be looking at with me and have a good time and just have a good day. Even if you're in a dark place, there are people holding candles, and try to be a candle in someone else's life. Say a kind word, uh, do a nice thing, just be kind. Anyhoozle, I am going to go. Today, I am probably working on re-recording the Scott Peterson introduction because it was going to my camera, so I will probably be working on that. But have a lovely day, you guys. I am sending you to Baker, so you will be watching the Karen Reed case. I'm not quite sure where they are in that, but it's a good show, and they do a good job over there. Bye, guys.